So I've been looking at smocks for a while, and now I've got one. I just have one modification I gotta make before I can put this thing on. That's better. All right, so I finally have a smock. Hell yeah. Hey, it's hot as fuck outside. I'm gonna go inside and maybe talk about what goes into this thing and what makes a smock a smock. They're interesting, stick around. So here's the thinking behind a smock. It's a jacket, right? It's a jacket. So a weather layer, this thing is supposed to be windproof and water resistant. Now I am also gonna treat it with some water resistant stuff to help out with that. So it's a jacket. On top of being a jacket, instead of having something like a bug out bag, this is like your bug out jacket, kind of. So big pockets, big buttons. The pockets actually fold over, which is kind of neat. So this little piece of the pocket folds down and over. When you fold the flap over, it's not just a flap covering the pocket. So that's neat. So also two big zipper pockets that go all the way to the armpit and all the way to the shoulder. So you can take all of your like wilderness survival stuff and put it in this jacket. So lighters, pens, food, navigation, some shelter, probably, maybe gloves, some sort of utility stuff. I think I already said navigation. First aid, trauma stuff probably would go in here. So the idea with like the military, British military, that's where this is from. You wear one of these, you have all your stuff in it, so if you have to shed all of your gear and run, you've at least got your like basic survival stuff on. So that's the idea, the thing that makes this jacket a smock. So the features of this smock, on top of being windproof and water resistant, zipper that goes all the way to the bottom of the smock, Velcro tabs to kind of hold that flap over. You saw gigantic pockets. There's also two pockets of the same size down lower. Drawstrings near your gut and then at the very base, so you can really wrap it in tight. If you are cold, you can pull it in pretty tight. This one is a large long. I'm 5'10" and 210, so the sleeves do seem a little bit long, but I'm okay with that. And it's a little bit large, but again, I'm okay with that because this is intended to be worn over some of your like warming layers. Velcro on the cuffs, so you can tighten those all the way down. A small pocket up here that used to have a British flag on it, but I can't be having that, right? No pockets on the inside in this particular version. The zippered pockets have a couple little like pen slots on both sides, right about here. And then the hood. So the hood is just held on by another button. So there's the button. And so this string just wraps around. I've got it wrapped a couple of times to kind of hold it a little bit tighter. And then it's got this freaking gigantic hood. So it's got this gigantic hood. So I'd imagine you could put some sort of wire in this brim, right? And maybe stiffen it up a little bit. But I mean, this is a great big hood. Probably cuff that back a little bit. So this is probably gonna keep the weather off you pretty good, right? So that's kind of the basic features of this smock. Now the question for you, and I would really like to see some answers in the comments, not just for the like algorithm bullshit, but like I want to actually know what you think. What should I put in this thing? I've seen a couple good videos on YouTube of what some guys are putting in this. Paired Pathfinder, and then some SAS dude. What they had in their smock. So you, whether you got one or not, what should I put in this thing? That's what I want to know. I want to have this thing set up and ready to go for when it's not so fucking hot outside. This will kind of serve as a like bug out bag stand-in sort of in the wintertime, I think. So yeah, let me know, what should I put in this thing? So that pretty well wraps it up. Thanks for watching. and stay tuned for more Smock related content later on once I figure out what it is that I'm actually going to put in this thing. Thanks for watching.